Hi, I am going to start this video off by doing just that kind of effortless wave that I do in my hair. I have gotten requested for this all the time, and as a new mom, you have to figure out how to get yourself ready like faster than before. And I always joke that I am high maintenance but efficient, and I feel like this hairstyle goes along with that because it literally takes me about 5 minutes. So this is my hair washed and blow dried and then just slept on it. So it's just, you know, it's not perfect. We still got some, you know, kinks happening, but I'll show you how I get that effortless wave. So I start off by sectioning. I use just, you know, a normal little clippy, and I section off right behind my ears. When there are hairstyles that take you longer, I definitely would take smaller sections, but this is like easy breezy, trying to be, you know, quick as possible. So I'm using the Babyliss Pro straightener, and I take about this much of a section, and I start to kind of curl away from my face, and then I sort of just leave it there. So it's not a curl, I'm not like finishing it, it's like a bump, if that makes sense. And depending on, you know, what you're going for, sometimes you don't even need, you know, that much of a bump. And as you can tell, it's not like it did much, but as you kind of work your way up your hair, it does more. So I just kind of go out. I go away from my face on both sides. And I just sort of like slide the straightener across the hair, and as I'm like bending it outward, and then once I kind of get to that point, then I let go. Like I don't bring it to the end, I just kind of let go. Okay, first layer. Turn it. So then I do the same thing and take the top section. So this is kind of temples, I would say. And really I make sure around my face, because I like get little curlies, that I straighten that part out, and then I do my little bend. 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 And I always run through it with my hands. Bend. Divide that in two. We're going to bend that part. Make sure we get the back just kind of bent. I like my ends to be straighter. That's just kind of personal preference. Then I do my last section, and I like to do as close to a middle part as possible. That's also kind of personal preference. I did put root pump in my hair. I use the Pureology one. The Big Sexy one's also good, but that helps just give you, you know, a little lift. So, same thing. It's almost about, I don't know, midway down the strand that I do the bend, because I feel like as you're working up the hair, then you know, it kind of ends up being a little bit different on each like layer, and so then it looks, you know, looks good that way. Okay, next side. So this is kind of, it's not really a curl, it's definitely not perfectly straight, but it takes very little time. you just kind of have to start out with a good canvas. It definitely takes longer if you just let your hair dry naturally and then you've got wild curls, or you know, you kind of have to like tame it more. I feel like if you take the time to, I mean, I'm not a flat, I don't blow dry for a long time. I'm pretty quick at blow drying too, so I just, you know, blow dry it to get it pretty smooth. Okay, so now we have our bend happening, and I like to use Kenra 25, and I just kind of like, you know, fluff it away from my face and almost almost spray underneath it. And I kind of like to do this thing where you just sort of take your fingers and piece it together. And so I really don't tease at all on my own hair. This is kind of how I get that look, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.